So today is SEO for Dummies.
Oh, yeah.
Just some beginner things. I've had a lot of people ask me, like, I just need a little crash course in SEO.
Okay.
I do have some videos about SEO, so I'll link to those below so you can check out the other videos and resources I have. But this is a little bit of an intro and some things that I see beginners making mistakes just on their website and with their SEO and that kind of thing. So what do you think is more important? A page, a website, like a page on your website,
Okay.
looking pretty,
Oh.
and all the page content is like in a JPEG, or
JPEG.
or maybe not as pretty, and the text is just typed out on your page.
I am going to say typed out on your page because it's something that it can be indexed. JPEG can't be indexed.
Now, he is no dummy. That is correct. Now, a lot of people get caught up like, I want it to look pretty and I want it to look nice, so I'm going to like make it in Canva or Photoshop,
Yeah.
and then I'm just going to upload this to my website. No. Like,
Bad idea.
get a different template. Find another way. You can most definitely have a nice looking website that
Absolutely.
also, the text is actual text.
She makes them all the time. That's what she does.
I do.
Yeah.
So there are other ways of making your site look pretty. And
Using flowers. Just kidding. Okay.
yeah.
What's next?
So, and you want to be sure, because you've probably heard of keywords when it comes to SEO.
I mean, I can guess what those are. I mean, it's just like what you're putting in what you want people to find. Like,
Right.
you're a graphic designer, so you're going to put in graphic design.
Right.
So
your keywords, you want to be sure, and on your page, that is real text and not JPEGs.
Right.
I mean, you can have
Okay.
like pictures of yourself, but not text.
Okay.
You want to use your keywords throughout your website, but not too much. Not like, hey,
Like, I'm a graphic designer, so for all your graphic design needs, you want to find me a graphic designer.
yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that. That'd be dumb.
But when you can, without it being too spammy, use H1 or heading 1 for your keywords. Again,
Is that inside talk? H1.
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 If you're working on a website, it'll make sense to you. There's a
Yeah.
setting,
It's usually
heading
like
1.
H big 1.
In WordPress, it literally says heading 1. In Squarespace, it just says H1.
It also says that in Word. Up at the top, it'll say heading 1.
Yeah, you don't use Word on a website.
I'm just pulling in related information about the topic.
Like Creed from The Office. Creed thoughts.
Creed Dots dot blogs, whatever it was. Yeah, nobody needs to hear what he has to say.
Yeah. So, okay, so you have your website. What do you think is the best way to improve your SEO ranking? Or to prove your ranking of your website in Google search?
Who's the CEO of Google? Do you know?
And I don't
Who is
know. I don't know.
Anyway, well, pay someone off at Google, and then they'll send their little algorithm over to your site, and they'll be like, and it'll pop up on the front page.
If only it was that easy.
I'm sure someone's done it.
Yeah, in theory, he's correct. You could pay for AdWords, which is Google AdWords,
Oh, okay.
and then you show up for your search results. I've
Okay.
never done that. I've never.
She doesn't need it either.
I don't need it. That's why I've never done it.
Boom.
But really, one of the best ways to improve the ranking of your website is content.
So, like, if I just put out like a billion pieces of content, or is it something that you have to consistently do?
Well, first, a billion, that would be good, but
But like a billion words,
a billion word, no.
like War and Peace. I'm sure there's at least a billion words in that. If I just put
No,
War and
because
Peace on my website.
no, the content needs to relate to what you do, to your keywords.
What if I like war and I like peace?
But are you like consulting people about war and peace?
Sure, there is somebody out there that does that.
Okay, but so let's say you do video editing. That's not an example, but he really does.
Very true.
So you could have a blog that hopefully you post at least once a week.
Yeah.
And you talk about video and video editing subjects. Do you blog?
No.
No, he doesn't.
Do I blog? Do I post on Instagram?
No.
Do I post on Facebook? No.
But blogging, that's one of the reasons so many business owners blog, because the fresh content that just gives more data to Google. And I'm speaking in very layman's terms here. It's because this is basics, but gives them fresh content, and bonus, YouTube videos also help.
Because Google owns YouTube.
Yes. So what do you think is like one of the worst things you can do for your SEO?
Oh man, I don't know. What would hurt you? Taking things down, like taking content down?
Yes and no. That's not actually one of the worst things, but he's making a point. If you remove blog posts, you want to like redirect people to another blog or something like that. But where the answer is similar to what you said earlier with graphic designer and like you're overstuffing. That's what it's called, is overstuffing your keywords.
How do they know that though?
Google has a smart algorithm.
Well,
like,
but
if you ever try to trick Google with, using a ton of keywords, or something that photographers specifically love to do.
What do they do?
They love to, at the bottom of their homepage, they're like, I work with people in Atlanta, in Buckhead, in Decatur, in Lawrenceville, in Swanee, in Johns Creek.
Those
in
are all
Alpharetta.
cities around the Atlanta area.
Yeah. And they list like all
every place they've ever taken a picture.
But not even that, just every like city in like a 10-mile radius.
No.
And that's because people think, oh, if I put my keywords, especially like locations, on my website, then surely I will rank. So when people are searching Johns Creek or Alpharetta or whatever. So
that begs the question of, why does that not work? Or does it work? It's just not fair.
No, it doesn't work.
Okay, why?
Because Google really cares about keyword density. So how often you're using those keywords. That's why blogging is helpful, because when someone searches for, video editing or whatever, and so you have your keywords in your site title, your site description, maybe a few page titles. It's listed on your homepage, like we do video editing or whatever. You're pulling in more, and then your blog post titles also come in. But just because you put in a bunch of cities, that's not very dense. That's not a lot of. Now, if you
are they talking like
you're not using those keywords enough. And Google recognizes that you're just stuffing the keywords.
But what? Okay, so what is enough, and then what? Where's the line between enough and stuffing?
I don't know if Google has a definitive answer on too much, but I was
the algorithm knows.
When you go to like local services like plumbers or any other
something
local
like
service.
That, handymans.
Like I've been on a website recently and it was like, for all your Atlanta needs, here in Atlanta, we have, I can't remember what I was looking at, and it was like, so if you live in Atlanta and you need this, and it was like, okay, I get it. You're trying to rank for Atlanta. If it doesn't sound natural, that's where I draw the line. If it doesn't sound natural, then don't.
So don't sound like a robot.
Yeah.
And you'll be all set.
Yeah. So that's,
I had a question, but I can't remember. If I remember, I will ask her. I'm sorry.
Last question for you. What are backlinks?
Backlinks. Well, I mean, are they hidden links somewhere that Google knows about? So things back,
That
they're
could
like
technically be a correct definition.
like they're on a spot of your website that nobody else goes to
no,
but you.
No. That would be like maybe bad links, but backlinks are like this last year. I did a lot of guest posting and was featured a lot. So I was when people guest post, then like 99% of the time they link back to my website.
Yeah.
So that also helps Google know like, oh, like there's a lot of links.
Up and coming. So.
There's not that, but they see, oh, there's a lot of links to Jessica's website. So sounds like she's a pretty reputable person. Like they see that kind of like when you are driving past restaurants and like the one on the left is totally empty and the one on the right's not.
Yep. But definitely judge that.
Like you're like, yeah, there's not a lot of links over here.
This Indian place.
Sorry. But or you could think about it like you are the sum of the best of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
That's awesome.
Kind of think of it that way. Like links kind of help build you up.
Yeah.
And that's why that's why people like to guest post and have guest posters because
that gets your name out there too.
Well, yeah, and I mean there's that benefit, but in terms of SEO, that's why it can be really beneficial for link. And again, now this is something you don't want to spam a lot. Like you don't want to just have this page on your website with like 100 links.
I thought you were going to say like you don't want to have too many guest posts or whatever, too many backlinks.
No, but just like if you have this blog post that's just like
don't have your bibliography on your website. 200
websites linked, and it's like
that makes sense. I guess it wouldn't be bibliography, it'd be
right, but like and especially because you should be guest posting about like video editing. Yeah, then they see that text, and Google's really smart. Basically, they see the keywords over here, and then it's linking over here.
That's why everybody uses Google.
Yeah,
I can't even think of another search engine. Just kidding.
But that is your SEO for Dummies lesson of the day.
We are not getting any ad revenue from Google for talking about Google for this entire video.
Nope, we're not. But if you have any questions about SEO or websites or anything like that, let me know down in the comments below. Otherwise, we will see y'all in the next video.
See ya.
Bye.
That was fun.
That was good.
It's 2 minutes? No. Almost 15. Well, 13 or so because it started this late.